We established in the previous video that the wheel bearing was shot. If you remember, we checked and there was lateral movement in the wheel. So we need obviously then to take the bearing out, or both bearings out, one each side. In there as well, there's a spacer. Let's start off by taking this seal out first. You can prise them out with a screwdriver, but I've got a doohickey, which makes it as easy as doing that. You don't necessarily need that tool, but I like tools. Right, what you can see in there straight away is this is probably a bearing that's shot, if not both of them. But if I just do this now, and I'll sort of retake the shot, I'll see if I can focus in on it a little bit better. But if you can see, I mean the bearing's rusty. When I took the seal out, if you can see as well, and there's still a little bit left. There's actually water in there as well, so that's grinding away like a mad thing. I think there's some dust in there as well, which created a paste. So the next thing we need to do is obviously then take this bearing out. There's a couple of methods. I'm going to try, the first method I'm going to try is to use a blind bearing puller. So I'll just, I'll lay the wheel back down. So one of the first things we do with a blind bearing puller is we adjust this collet system so it's just engaging the sort of blind side of the bearing. A little bit trial and error, but we'll get there. So that collet in place is like a feet or prongs, you would call that, and they're now sitting on the blind side of the bearing and have expanded outwards, so we're actually gripping the inside of the bearing. I have seen this trick done with a roll plug, sorry, a roll bolt, but again I bought into one of these, so let's see what we can do. Here we go. Two. Come on, feel it coming. Yeah, it's got it. Yay! So there we are on the collet. Quite an easy job. Just don't be a spacer in there. Yep, there's the spacer. Everything's looking quite nasty in there and quite wet. So obviously the seal, or one or both seals had perished, and the bearing is a technical term, is well knackered. Get it off there. Yeah, I mean, not that we're bothered. Again, we're obviously not going to try and reuse it, but bearings collapsed. Part of the race has collapsed. So how long it's been like that, I don't know, but you can see it's there's water and mud and no end of crap in there. So let's get rid of that. Let's see if we can look to get this seal out now. Sorry, this seal on this side. We should, now we've got that spacer out of the way, we should be able to just get that out with a drift. So let's try. Yep, that's come away. Actually, straight away, I think. Yep. And there's the other roller race. Again, sealed one. That one doesn't feel too bad, but obviously we're not going to be reusing that in any way. There's a fair amount of crap in there, but there's no damage in there. So we'll clean it up, and then we'll look at putting a new bearing kit in, left hand side and sealed as well. So if you want to watch the next video sequence, you can see us trying to put the bearings in. And bye for now, guys. We can now look at then reinstalling the wheel bearing. We've got a wheel bearing kit and seal. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually just apply a bit of heat to the hub. I'm going to obviously insert that in there. Now, what I'm going to use, I haven't got a bearing driver that size, so I'm going to use the old bearing that we took out, yeah? It's very important not to hit the hit the inner race. So if we use that as a bearing drift, we know that it's touching on the outside of the bearing, so we know it's safe to hit, so we can hit away at this one. Then to drive the bearing fully home, I'm going to use this this tool. The diameter there is just slightly less than that in the hub, but still of a wide enough diameter that's going to sit across the outer surface of the bearing, so we're not damaging that inner surface. So now that that bearing is fully home, we can then refit the seal. We've now got the new seal going in there as well. That's a seal nicely at home, so it's just a case of now turning the wheel over and install the spacer, making sure that everything's lined up good. Same process as before, so we're just going to apply heat to the hub. And then install this bearing. So pretty much as we did for the previous one, again using the old bearing as a drift, just to get it started. Another job completed on the recommission of the bike, so new bearings in there. I've checked that the spacer alignment and the spacer aligns up spot on, so put the brake hub back on, and well, that's it. You can go back on the bikes. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye for now.